Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. A mongrel mob leader was farewelled today with an impassioned haka and a mass funeral procession from Ōpōtiki to Whakatāne.
Thousands of mongrel mob members and associates from around the country joined Stephen Taiatini on his final journey 5 days after he was killed. Police were on hand in big numbers, but that didn't stop shots being fired in Whakatāne late this afternoon. Adam Hollingworth is there.
Stephen Taiatini was a gang leader, but was also known locally as a man with strong whānau values.
Absolutely devastated, because he's a phenomenal leader for our community, not just the mongrel mob, but also for our rangatahi, for our fathers, for our young people here in Ōpōtiki. He was all about whānau, he was a whānau-driven man.
Ōpōtiki stopped what it was doing, and the police closed off roads and gave his Chevy an escort as he began his final journey. He was accompanied by members of the Mongrel Mob Barbarians chapter and thousands of their brothers from around the country, as well as people from all walks of life.
You had Pākehās, you had the mayor, you had the church leaders, you had principals of ngā kura, and those were all people that come to pay their respects to a great man who actually contributed in some way to creating good for our people, and it was about the well-being and the oranga of our people, and whatever the people wanted to determine that is, but he was always about the greater good.
There was plenty of aggression on show as the gang members headed away from Ōpōtiki to Whakatāne, but crucially for police and the community, no confrontations and no violence. This is definitely a show of force. Several hundred cars, motorbikes, vans have gone through, and several hundred more are still waiting to come out of Buchanan Street. Earlier, those closest to Stephen Taiatini had bid farewell to his coffin, which had been lying at rest at his home. Taiatini died on Friday amid heightened gang tensions. There have been 3 arsons in the town since his death. Police investigations are now focusing on this burnt-out car. The killing of Stephen Taiatini has led to a huge increase in gang tensions in the region, and his whānau are aware the community's next step is crucial.
There's going to have to be some big huis, and there's going to have to be some big discussions held between hapu leaders here. We don't have to look too far to know how this tragedy started and how it's going to end. So for us, it's about making sure that we have that wraparound service with our sister, and that we're constantly talking about what is the huarahi forward and not leaving it dormant, and making sure that our tamariki and our mokopuna are at the forefront of our decision-making process.
Police were highly visible in Ōpōtiki today, with a presence at every junction on the road to Whakatāne, where Stephen Taiatini was cremated, but that meant disruption for others. The road is completely blocked off here at Ōhope, and that's because the police say that mongrel mob members outside the cemetery, just 2 kilometres up the hill here, have blocked the road themselves. They're now trying to move the mongrel mob members, and hopefully cars will start moving through soon. Gang sources insist there was a way through, but the police may have overreacted. Nevertheless, there was anger among those waiting to go over Ōhope Hill.
Disgrace. I've been caught both ways.
We respect what they're going through, but they forgot about us in our daily lives.
I don't really mind.
Oh, it's a little bit frustrating, but just got to deal with it.
Many gang members dispersed after the funeral, but others returned to Ōpōtiki. The family have made it clear they want no more violence, but police have announced no breakthroughs yet in the police operation.
Well, Adam joins us now live from Ōpōtiki. Adam, what have you heard about these shots being fired?
Yes, shots were fired at a vehicle outside a shopping centre known as The Hub, which is just out of town here, around about 4 o'clock. Fortunately, nobody was hurt in that incident, and one of the vehicles has been recovered. But this has to be seen in the context of ongoing gang tension. In fact, 2 people appeared in district court here in closed court in connection with the death of Mana Takao, another mongrel mob member whose body was found down a bank on June the 1st. And of course, there have also been these 3 arsons since the death of Stephen Taiatini.
Adam Hollingworth, thank you for the update.